Okay, so we are now officially live. Yes, it appears to all be rolling. We are good. So yeah, I'm gonna go put these chips off to the side so I'm not crunching on them the whole time, ruining y'all's entire streaming experience. So, yeah. While I was watching Sky's video, I did one or two things. Firstly, I've added yet still some more mods, mostly some of the engines and stuff that GT was using in his Swiss Alps game, but as almost all of them appear to have already been discontinued at this point in the game, it's not really going to matter too much. There's also a cool fences mod, and the other thing I did, I painted in this little station here, and I removed the extra little bit of walkway that was sticking out here because it was kind of completely pointless. So anyway, I was just now I noticed that these guys are really, really encroaching. So yeah, I need to punch that train track through and get it going a good ways up before they cause any more problems. And apparently that's just going to be some... Oh yeah, that's right. I never got any response from like anybody on what they wanted me to do with these roads. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do my standard, and I'm just going to lock down anything that I don't plan on them building off of. So yeah. If it doesn't lag too bad, either way this is going to be a little while, but I've been hoping to get a response so I could do this offline, but yeah. I'm not going to bother with what's on the bridges, because while those get the lines drawn on, they never lose their cobbled look. So I'm fine with just leaving the bridges. Like, they can paint lines on the street if they want, but I don't want them completely repaving over, and definitely not the smaller alleyway type roads, but I would prefer they just leave all of them. But the smaller alleyway type ones, though, definitely not. You know, there's an interesting thought. One thing that I've noticed is that City Skylines auto-locks roads when you upgrade a city road into a country road. So it would be really cool would be if somebody could make a mod with a series of roads that look like various styles of like cobbled or old style paved street that were actually just country roads but slow. And because they were flagged as being country roads, when you upgraded, it would automatically lock. And so when you got to 1925, you could just be like, okay, I want to preserve all of these roads, upgrade, 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 upgrade. And they would just, as I said, auto-lock. But yeah, I think the way that I'm going to do this, though, is for now, I'm going to go ahead and lock everything as being old roads. But then whenever we have, like, serious traffic issues in a certain section of the city, I will unlock those roads and allow them to upgrade them. Although I'm never unlocking the like skinny alleyway type roads. Those just, I don't know. I hate the way the modern alleyways look. Like, they're not a very nice color. They have no sidewalk. I mean, they're good for making like level crossings as footpaths, but I don't like using them as, you know, proper roads with buildings built off of. So, yeah, like, I mean, for this, it wouldn't be too bad to leave it, but I'm going to still lock it in anyway. But yeah, like that I'm gonna go ahead and leave. But like most of this, I don't want them messing with it. So yeah. Yeah, if we get anybody watching, I'd appreciate it if you'd sound off in the chat. Let me know you're here. And I can chat from you guys, get some input, see what you guys are interested in seeing. And I'm guessing that what you guys are interested in seeing is probably not me clicking this lock button a bunch of times. So actually, I think I might, I'm definitely going to do, like, I don't know. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but I'm definitely going to do some of them. But yeah, the real annoying thing is I have to do this now paused because in 1925 is when they start upgrading the roads, and cities, like smaller towns, will sometimes leave it for a little while, but larger cities, it's like overnight, just all the roads upgrade. Like it was 1925, like just a couple of seconds, and I had to go around. I had to switch the date back to 1924, and then it took me a while to go around and turn all the roads back. Yeah, as I said, I'm gonna ignore the actual bridges because, as I said, in terms of the actual texture, it's basically just they paint a dotted line on it, and I'm fine with that. So I'll leave the bridges, but this would be a lot easier if I didn't have so much lag on my machine. It seems to have a pronounced tendency to unclick, so I have to be very careful about, going through, making sure that it actually accepts it, and then moving on to the next one. I don't know about you guys, but I personally think that's quite annoying. Once it's within my means, my friend, he's popped onto the chat a couple of times, username Fletcher. He's done some stuff with doing like custom computers and stuff, and at some point I am going to get him to help me build a desktop PC, and then I can just use this laptop to manage like chat and stuff on, and like theoretically I could use it for like messing with maps and stuff offline, but like I said, it just like it's got about this much lag on a medium map offline and almost this much lag on a small map offline. So it's like it just really cripples my ability to do things in the game. And if I do want to, keep doing this and make this a thing, then I definitely need a computer that can handle it. So yeah. Yeah, and it's not going to be like a generic gamer type computer. Like, for me, I like the, power of a gamer computer, but I've always found like all the flashy lights and RGB features just, I don't know, they just make me question why I'm even getting a computer. Like, I want it to run my stuff, and I want it to not look like some, rebellious punk computer who's picking its clothing based on what it thinks will annoy its parents most. Like, I know, weird metaphor, but still. best I can think. But just, I said, I wish that, you know, I could just have a, you know, computer that's just priced as a regular computer, not actively marketed to gamers, that I could just, you know, purchase and use. Let's see. Yeah, I think that one is unlocked. Yeah, now it's locked. But yeah. There's just so much to do and so little processing power to do it with, so. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. I'm probably gonna look at, when I'm done with this stream, editing into it a time card or one of the little annotation things, letting you guys know what time I finished with all of this road locking, because without people, you know, making the chat interesting, doing this sort of thing is pretty boring to watch. So yeah, and I would not want to inflict you guys with, you know, an hour's worth of, well, I doubt it'll be that long, but however long it takes worth of me going through and clicking all of these little buttons. Like, I don't know. I wish there was like a highlighter type tool where it could just be like, instead of going through and clicking each road segment, like a lock all roads in this area, and then you just click and drag, and you get like I could just select the entire city with a click and drag and just say lock all of it. That would make these sorts of, you know, honestly ridiculous things just so much more reasonable. Yeah, and I'm bound to miss a couple of roads. Just, I mean, so long as I get most of them, I'm probably gonna wind up having to go back and like set the date back a while and redo a lot of the roads. Yeah, when I hit 1950, my standard for that is whenever I accidentally screw something up with the roads, I just swap the 9 for an 8 after 1950, because then I can just safely, you know, just pop right back and, you know. I also, like, I don't know, I like having the bus lanes and stuff in the 1900s. I wish there was something I could do to tell them that, you know, they can, you know, make a small road be a big road, and they can grow new roads expanding, but you're not allowed to turn a cobbled street into a paved street unless I'm the one who does it. Like, because sometimes you need that, you know, extra 10, 20 kilometers an hour in the city. And most of the time, you really don't. And, you know, I don't know, it kind of ruins that aesthetic I like. I mean, I also wish that I could, you know, set it to not upgrade buildings, like, so long as, it's the same general, size class. Like, it only upgrades a building if it can't build a new building. And that way you would have, you know, a lot of older buildings that were still there. Because I've noticed that Transport Fever 2 tends to do a lot of upgrading buildings for the sake of upgrading as soon as a new one unlocks. And I'm like, so there's no point in that, you know? And I like that ability to, you know, like city skylines, for instance, they tend to upgrade buildings, but they let you, you know, at the very least, they let you take a specific building you like and lock it, and like I'm doing here with the streets. And so if for some crazy reason you want your entire town to be, you know, the original beginning level 1 buildings, you can just go through and individually select every single one and say historical building, and then it won't mess with it. Let's see, where does that actually go? Yeah, and like that's a small road, but it's honestly, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that to, and actually I think I'm gonna leave that too, because that's it going along that road, so it's likely gonna upgrade that into a bigger road anyway. And I think I am going to leave those ones because the city's bound to expand further out eventually. And in that vein, once I'm done with this, I'm probably going to put a, like, connect that road up through there. I might even actually upgrade that to a big road and then connect it through, or just use a big road. Because I don't know, I don't like the modern small roads. But either way, I'll probably wind up connecting that up for them, because they can't build off of locked roads, which is a good thing. Just, I don't know. There needs to be some more convenient method of blocking the game from upgrading everything. Like, I mean, with, like, you know, the cars and road vehicles, that I understand, you know, the forcible upgrades from just gameplay perspective, because, you know, those older cars can, you know, cause massive traffic jams for everything, because as well as, you know, the power restriction, the speed limits aren't just defined by the road, they're also defined by the vehicle. And so if you have an older vehicle, even if you have a modern road with a super high speed limit, it's going to continue doing those older speeds, which is not how, you know, real cars work. In, you know, the real world, a car will, you know, keep up with traffic to the best of its ability, whereas in city skylines, a car, you know, will go at its recommended manufacturer's speed and refuses to speed up for anything. And that's the same thing, like, to me with, like, engines and stuff. Like, for railroad, I get that, you know, the efficiency would drop at higher speed. I and agree with that. But, like, you hit a certain point where it's just kind of being a little bit stupid, you know? Anyway, I think I'm going to upgrade, or I'm at least going to lock the bit of this that's within the city. And I might, like, upgrade the rest to a, to one of the, big country roads, and just make this, like, a proper highway. Or, well, not like using the highway roads, using, like, the, you know what I mean, though. Make this a, big road highway style. I don't want that locked. Oh yeah, okay, I see what I did with that. Okay. Anyway, actually, we're not gonna lock any of the stuff out there, but we are gonna lock all of the crossroads and everything that's properly within the city. Oh, come on, you. And I'm not going to lock that either, because I expect them to upgrade all of that together at some point. So I'm just going to leave that, you know, entire section alone. But then all of these little bits, I'm gonna lock. Like, especially here, because these are like all skinny. And if these were to upgrade, like, because of the fact that it would, delete buildings, there's no way the city is going to upgrade those to the larger roads. It's going to leave them skinny. But the modern skinny roads, just, I don't like them, especially not in this sort of thing. Like, if it was actually a back alley that no roads were connecting to, or if it's like a roundabout or something, that's one thing, For the actual, like, roads through here that people are building their, houses and businesses off of, you wouldn't build your houses and businesses on a, dingy, off-grade road with no sidewalk, at least not in an urban area. I mean, I'm one to talk with our, weird, pale, pavemented road up to our house, but, I'm in a fairly rural area, so using a cheaper alternative to asphalt is, expected. But those aren't, cheaper alternative to asphalt. Those are just, worn and weathered, and I don't know. I think I've made my prejudice against the modern small city roads in Transport Fever 2 fairly clear, so I'm going to try to not harp on that one anymore. Let's just go ahead and get this stuff up or locked, and then we can move on to whatever the next town I'm going to do. Although, I might not really bother with the smaller town. I don't know. But yeah, I think these do need to be locked, because those would change if we upgraded them, or if they upgraded. Let's see. Yeah, that's those two done. Yeah, I think I am just gonna go ahead and do at least the central portions of every city. So, like, in this one, I'm gonna do these, and anything that's got both ends completely connected up and isn't going to be growing at all, I'll lock. Let's see. That one isn't going to be growing because it would whack into the train station. So that one can be locked. That's outside stuff that'll probably grow. That's outside stuff that'll probably grow. That'll probably grow. That won't. That won't. That won't. Yeah, and that has definitely got to be locked. Yeah, that whole thing going up the mountain, I'm not gonna be letting it upgrade that, because if it built off of that, it would just look stupid. Actually, same for, no, that one might extend without looking too terrible. Same for that one. Definitely for that. And definitely for all of that. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna lock there. Then we got our town over here. Now, let's see. Yeah, and actually, I think I'm actually going to extend this one for them, and then I'm going to lock it, because I don't know, I think that if I do pull this off right, connecting that up, yeah, I was right, connecting that up does come out pretty nice. Like, if I clear that layer, yeah. Yeah, that comes out pretty decent looking. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to leave it as the modern road. But I think that reasonably this would do something similar. And it would probably, yeah, that would reasonably cut up like that. And yeah, no, I don't see a reason for it to put a road through there. So, and actually, I'm probably just going to finish off what I think this city's grid should be. So yeah, that going up to there. That going down to there. Thought I hit the check mark, apparently not. Let's see, can I get something? I'm actually going to do that, and because having one coming off of there, I don't want a big road. Well, see, how bad does a big road coming off of that little alley look? The answer is not actually all that bad. So yeah, and then I'm going to go ahead and start locking things. And I'm just going to lock everything that's old at this point, because theoretically this town shouldn't have to expand its streets very much. Like, especially with the fact that, we've got all of that space down there, and we're going to be getting newer buildings that have that can level up higher and have like actual skyscrapers and stuff. If worse comes to worse, this city can just grow vertically, so it shouldn't actually hurt the city to lock in all of these roads, even the ones that it would theoretically still be able to grow off of. So yeah, and I think that's old. And even if it's not locking, it's not an issue. And I'll lock that, and then the rest of that can grow up into the bigger road, because that's effectively part of the highway. And when it upgrades that highway type stuff, it will upgrade it into, I mean, at first it'll be the, annoying looking one, but I don't think that looks as bad when it's part of the highway. And later on it will upgrade it to the bigger, nice roads. And I want it to be able to do that. So yeah, we'll just, as it anything that I like in its current form, we're locking. I believe that's where the old road ends. And then we'll go ahead and I can get the game to stop lagging for long enough to cooperate with me. Thank you. Just go ahead and lock all of it. And actually, I'm going to also lock this, even if it isn't the old road, because I don't want them growing around on the mountain and doing weird stuff out here. There we go. Should cooperate now. And then we've got the one up here. And, yeah. Similar story here. I think it'll actually be, just in the long run, easier to go ahead and finish off the grid and then lock everything than to actually than to be careful about it and make sure to leave the edges unlocked so they can expand and leave places for them to put cut-throughs. I'll just put them all in myself now, and then they'll be there for as the city grows. And I'll leave that little bit of sprawl. I'll leave that as it is. I'll bring that on up. There we go. And I'll bring that out, and I'll leave the little, like, somewhat empty bits in the middle of each of those. Or I could put a cross there, but I don't think I will. Because that should be more than enough, because, like, I mean, they could expand quite a bit, but I don't think they're even have, like, anything. Yeah, there's, like, 2 of each sort of building that are actually even the second tier of density right now. So yeah, they're gonna have plenty of room. And since I know that stuff is new, I'll leave the new stuff in unlocked, and they can theoretically grow some stuff out through there if they really need to for whatever reason. Yeah, that was the portion of that one that was the new. So yeah, we'll take this up to here where it transitions to a skinny road. And then that skinny road, they can upgrade if they want. In fact, I might wind up going in and upgrading it myself at some point to something a little beefier. Although they don't, considering how isolated of a town this is, though, they don't really need a ultra beefy outside connection. So I'm not gonna upgrade it myself, not unless I really need to, but I'm not gonna lock it in either. This should be good enough for this town. And then so we got these guys, and we've got a few more little towns out there. Yeah, I think I'll give this a somewhat similar treatment. I'm gonna leave all of that because all of that's part of the highway bit. And this one I actually don't even think I really need to complete the grid on. And if nothing else, this one actually would be very easy to leave a few what are they called, cul-de-sacs unlocked if I wanted to. But like, if they really get desperate, they've got plenty of room there to expand, and they've got so many different outside connections that I'm leaving untouched that they can sprawl out of them if they have to. And I doubt they will have to. It's like, once again, small isolated town. I mean, even if I get 100% on delivering its demands and connect literally everything via public transport, they're never going to get super big because they're not going to have any private or much of any private transport. Yeah, these guys need to be hooked up a little better. They don't have like any of their crossroads or such in. I think I'll lock it before I put those in. That makes more sense that way. That way I know for sure what's old and what's new. And that way I don't wind up, you know, unnecessarily wasting time locking new stuff. Or forget to lock something old because I thought it was new. Yeah, if you guys down in the chat ever do have... Actually, that reminds me. I know that if you upgrade a road, it'll lock it. I don't remember, though. Does the same happen for, like, connecting things to it? Let's see. Does that unlock those? No, it doesn't. Awesome. Actually, I can just do the whole locking thing while holding this. And actually, I probably should have done that the other direction. Then I could have just, whatever. Yeah, we'll take that down to there, and then we'll bring one from just over here, and we'll take it right the way down. Actually, I'll put it at a bit of an angle, like they were, you know, actively missing that one smaller house. Just a subtle angle. There. And let's see, and I believe, yep, we've got that one there across the river. And see, this one's extra sprawlish, so it actually wouldn't even look that bad to just, you know, leave those sorts of things unconnected and then just let it sprawl out more cul-de-sacs from the main highway as it goes. So yeah, just lock all of the, you know, roads that aren't part of the intracity, and boom. There we go. That's that one done. And it's this little guy I stuck into the peninsula. And this guy's only really got one direction to grow anyways, so... I will leave the second half of that road unlocked because I haven't built anything on it yet, and I'm also going to take something through from there, and I'm going to make it this guy curved and take it around to there. So that's a sensible connection. And I'll take another one, just do like a funky little dude there, just because I can. There. And then after that, they can just, that'll upgrade and they'll just sprawl out up there as the town grows. Let's see. This half of the town is gridded enough that I'll want to complete it. Just complete that one square. Come on. There we go. It only almost crashed on me completely. And I'll do this one a little different. Instead of having it go all the way through, I'm just going to put a cul-de-sac up to the back of that building. And I'm going to lock the cul-de-sac along with the rest of it. Dunno. Might be fairly interesting. And they can build little bits sticking out from that one. as well as little bits sticking out of the highway as they grow, so it ought to be fine. Yeah, and if any towns do wind up struggling, I can, help them out by sticking in a couple of new blocks sticking out of town. Yeah, that one's going to be too much fun to do a connection to. I might just do trams going up the hill. But I'd love the ability to put this thing more resembling a particular or an incline railway. Just something that, But yeah, I'm going to have to... But anyway, this one I'm going to have to completely do the outside connections and stuff myself. And since I'm going to have to do so much of this myself, I may as well just lock it all and not give them any choice in what happens, since they're not going to have much choice in the rest of it anyway. So yeah. Yeah, and if it does particularly irritate you guys that I'm locking so many of these and decreasing the maximum speed limit for road vehicles on this stuff, I mean, if it really honestly bothers you guys that much, I'm okay with going through and unlocking a lot of this stuff, but like, unless it's causing a traffic issue or causing serious inefficiency in a route of mine, and that's one that I already did, and that appears to finally be all of it. See, I did do that one. Yep. Ooh, nope, that's not all of it. I forgot this one that I plonked in right at the edge of the map. Let's see, yeah, this, I'm actually gonna let this one upgrade, just because. So yeah, there we go. That's all for that, and now we can actually start 1925 running and let the game, probably chunk out as it upgrades a ton of buildings in the city. But yeah, because in 1925 we get the third tier of buildings, and with how, trapped a lot of this stuff is, I fully expect this peninsula to just shoot up into 100% third tier buildings at some point here. Or at least, yeah, like, just because of how trapped that residential is. Although it's also making a right proper effort at jumping the channel here, which I'm not sure if I want to let it or not let it. The way it's doing it seems kind of weird, but if it for some reason manages to grow suburbs there, I think I'll leave them. Anyway, so all that aside, let's try and get some more routes in. So let's see, is the other one of these upgraded yet, or? Nope, we've got one upgraded and the one that hasn't yet, which is fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was gonna run that track down the side the rest of the way. And now that I am to the point where it's unlocked, oh, I'm also gonna want to upgrade most of my junction work to the modern high speed. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one. Hug the shore pretty close. Oh wow, I unheld shift and let it snap straight. Figures. Like I know that's gonna smash through basically all of that and force it down to only the smaller size buildings here, but that was gonna happen anyway, so it's like their own darn fault for building the big buildings there. So yeah, I'm gonna see how quickly can I take this. Not that side. I want it on this side of the road. It looks like it'll go there at around like 260-ish. Oh, yeah, that'll do fine. Because the road seems to go very straight for a while there. And when I reasonably can, I do like to follow the road. And as soon as the road starts to curve, we're going to go away and do our own thing. And I'm going to want to get in a station there. And I think the first thing I'm going to do with this section of track is I'm going to ship out steel, which will get the other one of those steel mills to upgrade. Yeah, we're going to get a building in, and it'll be a cargo building, and it'll be a terminus. And I'm going to just whack it right on in there. Oh, no, why did you yes, catenary? No, catenary. I'll electrify when I bloody well want to electrify, darn you. Yeah, that's more than I'm ever going to need out of this. I'll only ever need 160. And that's if I, for some reason, go to the max level freight cars at some point. So yeah, this will be fine. Yeah, I am eventually going to start upgrading most of my freight fleet to 120. And my passenger fleet to probably more like 140 to 160. As we unlock the newer rolling stock, but and my power cord popped out of my laptop and battery to die, but it's caused my laptop to fall asleep. So yeah, we're going to try and get the chat back on the left side of the screen, and everything seems to be working okay now. Stupid power cord. Anyway, yes, that's what I was doing. So, yeah, I just put that in, and I was going to put a new line coming out of the cargo place and then going right the way down to here. And then I need to make that a double slip and then signal this up. I mean, theoretically, I could put a switch in right there. Which, yeah, let's see if I can get that to go in, like, at all. I seriously doubt it, but... yeah, no, we're just gonna make that a double slip. It's the easiest way. So, yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and de-electrify all this, because I find pointless catenary irritating. Like, catenary in and of itself is cool, but, you know, when the only thing you're running is steam trains, it just becomes lame. There we go. That's all the random unnecessary catenary removed. And now let's get back to building this line. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and grab some signals. And we do have the lit signals as well as the US, and we still have the US semaphore, which is nice. And I'm gonna keep using that, but now I do have these for use in tunnels, which is also very nice. So yeah. I definitely prefer semaphores out of tunnels, but they just look so stupid in a tunnel. So yeah, the regular light signals definitely do have their place, even in my style of railway building. Okay, apparently trying to put it on the road and giving me an error, so there we go. There. So now we need one more, and we want it to be right about there. I'll do. So yeah, let's go ahead and get a train onto here. Yeah, there's one of the although actually we don't need anything. Yeah, let's see. Don't have anything in that depot, and just our one depot train that we're keeping is in there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a vehicle. Yeah, and as you can see, these are some of the modded ones, and this one is fine for doing cargo with my stuff. So we have that one. So let's see. There doesn't appear to be any sort of statistical difference between the three. It's just visual. So I think I'm gonna grab the silver one, just because. With in cargo, I'm gonna grab the one plank, basically the flat wagons. And let's see, yeah, this guy can probably handle 20, but we'll only put 10 on him for now. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Don't you hate it when you make that sort of mistake? There we go. That's what I wanted to do. And then we're going to, in all search, pull up the brake vans and whack a brake van on the end. And then we'll chuck this on that newest route. There we go. Now let's check this guy out. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Definitely not in the, same British style as the other engines I have, but that makes sense since it's, not at all British. But yeah, Yeah, that's nice. Something different. Yeah, this is one of the engines that Graham T downloaded for his Swiss Alps map, I believe. I remember seeing it in his depot list, if I remember correctly, and it's in the same family of mods as he was using for most of his. And it's real noisy up close, though, isn't it? But yeah, it should be good for running that steel back and forth. And now that I'm doing that, those steel plants should also be shipping up to there. This guy, consumer, yeah, it's shipping to 2, and it hasn't started transporting to there at all yet. And it hasn't, yeah. And hopefully we should be getting in the increased amount of iron ore. Or maybe this is just flooding full because this line doesn't have the route. Let's see. Or this line doesn't have the capacity. Okay, so oh yeah, it's only rate 796. We need half again that much. So yeah, we're gonna grab this dude, and we're just going to manage you, and boom, boom. There, that ought to do it. And that one's got just a skosh more power than the other ones, plus it is using newer engines. So, yeah. So yeah, we'll have 2 more of those guys coming out with the little Great Western tank engine on the front. And I believe it's the 777 in the rear, yeah. And that estimated rate should have just shot up to about around 1200. Yeah. And I might have to chuck an extra wagon on the back of each of them just to make sure. But that should be good. Anyway, that's the first of those new trains coming out, I believe. Or is it that one? No, that one 26, 7, that one should... Yeah, you're train 26, so yeah, I'm going to jump ahead. And I'm actually going to reverse this guy just as he goes... Oh no, we've got another one coming in. Yeah, it's not going to work out too well then. Oh well. But, I mean, these guys will work their way in, and it'll start eating into the backlog pretty quick. So, yeah. And once we are shipping the full 600 over to the steel mills, then that one should level up as well. Because I think that the main reason this one hasn't leveled up, but the other one has, is it tends to ship to and from the closer one first when it's shipping into this station. And because that one is only like just in the catchment radius, you can see it's actually a duller gray color rather than the vivid white. So because of that, that one handles most of the production. But now that I've hooked up 2 things that each demand a decent amount, this one should start upgrading soon. In order to get that up, we'll also need to hook up plastics. So, let's see. So there's the 2 oil wells. Where is the other refinery and then the chemical plant? Oh, that's a right old journey up to the refinery. Let's see, I might like probably ferry them both up to someplace around here. Yeah, and I'll probably put it on the train at the station for this town. That'll make it fairly convenient. And then we'll ship it by train up to here because that'll be a lot faster. Then it'll get refined. And let's see, where the heck is plastics made? Right the way up here. So it'll need to be shipped by train into the station there, then out of the station, up around that spirally stuff, and then this is gonna peel off. And I still haven't figured out exactly how I'm gonna do that, but I might peel off sooner, or I might just peel off like there-ish and come up and then make the viaduct and do a separate tunnel cutting, or tunnel cut through, and then try and hit the top of that and then run along there. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be the easiest way, or at least the simplest. So yeah, we're going to go tracks. I'm going to keep it high speed because why not? And it'll also make it a lot easier to achieve that 96. Yeah, like we can go like right the way in there and still manage 96 with the high speed track. Yeah, let's just see. See, I might actually come out like. Oh, actually no, that'll make it easier to bypass the town too, though. So I can come off like over here, like I'd been originally thinking, and like come off here at 96. And with this new track, that should yeah, that'll bypass the town pretty bloody easy. Yeah, because with the other, I couldn't bypass the town at 96. 96 took me like just up to there. But now I've got the high speed. So yeah, we got some more engines. That's the next iteration on those Great Western ones I was using, as well as a new passenger engine and a Russian one that's supposed to be passenger, but I'm probably going to wind up using it mainly for freight. But yeah, that definitely makes getting this bit in a lot easier. And I also need to remember to go through and hit up all the junctions, especially the Drunken Junction and the other stations stuff, because with most stuff, you can get away with using the older track unless you plan on actually going above 120. But for those sorts of crazy junctions, even with this, you only usually get up to like 50 or 60. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna take this in a bit of a shorter section, and then go with the lay of the land a little bit more. And we want to be turning around the town here. And we'll go up like that. Oh, you. I'm actually going to take it back one. And we're going to form just a little bit of a cutting there, probably. Although we might wind up just letting it do the bridge thing, I don't know. Let's see how bad it does when I do that. Yeah, because I'd rather not have a bridge just there. Although it's going to blast, and yeah, I'm going to need one. It really is that excessive of a dip. So yeah, I'm just going to give into it and knock this back to about here, and then I'm going to just chuck it in with a bridge. Just right the way up to the lip. Actually, Let's see if I can just take it straight the way across while I'm at it. And yeah, that is a pretty nuts one. Yeah, and it forms as just a single viaduct that just crawls down the mountain. Let's see. Do I want to put this in as stone, or do I want to put this in as a massive modern style? I don't think I want to use that one. I don't like the stark white. Maybe one of those with the sort of rusty brown. Let's see. Maybe one of those guys. Yeah, let's do that one. The like ruddy brown stone and metal pillars, or all of that still though does kind of ridiculous looking, kind of spindly. I think I will actually go with a viaduct just because with the length of those pillars, it looks weird having them so far apart, but with like a tight little arch I don't know. This one might just be, you know, heads you lose, tails you lose sort of thing. I'm definitely going to dip the middle down some though. But yeah, I think I'm just going to whack it in and accept the fact that if I'm making a bridge like this, it was always going to be somewhat ridiculous. And with any luck, it'll look a touch less spindly when I put the other track on. But yeah. I mean, I should have known that, you know, trying to make that sort of bridge was going to come out looking at least a bit funky. But why would I ever think of something like that, huh? So let's whack you back one. It's clearly going up. Yeah, it's doing a lot of rolling up and down hills, but I mean, I've got the money that I can just, you know, whack in a more powerful than needed engine and just roll with the hills a bit. And there it is, the extremely isolated plastics refinery. And since it's the only one on the map, I can't just ignore it and use a different one. And with the way that's acting, I'm going to definitely be going short. I'm going to do a short and wide style station rather than a long one. And I'm probably actually going to plow through a tunnel here too, just simply because it's coming out super low. Yeah, let's see, how does that go in? Although, yeah, it's not too bad. I'm probably going to put like make this a fairly long train. I might wind up doing multiple trains, but since I'm going to double track it either way. Yeah, since we only need 96. Yeah, it is like the standards I hold my track to are really hard to achieve with, you know, the older style track, but with the modern track, you almost have to like actively make, you know, stupidly tight junctions in order to not achieve, you know, not a 96 or a 120 speed. Where'd the second track go? Apparently I hit the X button instead of the check. It's fine, I guess. And judging by that, it'll let us just run it right the way down. But not that far right the way down, apparently. Not even that far right the way down, so... yeah, we'll go to just a little bit before the bridge there. And then we'll take it from there, at least across the bridge. Yeah. And I do like these faster viaducts that don't speed limit you, because I mean I get where they're coming from with, you know, speed limiting viaducts and stuff, but like I don't know, it seems to me like, you know, the speed limits on old, deteriorating, poorly maintained viaducts make perfectly good sense, but you know, to me it seems more like that reflects the quality of that particular viaduct rather than stone bridges as a whole. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and this no limiting speed viaduct thing is just stupid. But either way, yeah, that gets that whole thing in. So yeah, and let's head down to the refinery. I don't think I'm going to take it all the way to the refinery by ship, because I don't... well, actually, the, yeah, I mean, there are, you know, pretty good, oil tanker ships that are going to be coming into the game, or that are going to be coming in, yeah, that we're going to be unlocking as time goes by. But it's going to be a little while. Oh, there we go. That's the A3s, and the A1 also unlocks with these guys, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that's nice. Then we got some more trams, and the canteen tender, the water carrying one. Okay. Yeah, I don't want a rail bridge over here, so I think I'm gonna put in the station for this town here, as well as a port. Now let's see. Oh no, we don't want that. We want this. And we want, yeah, this guy. Or no, we don't. We want, yeah. Because it is now after 1920. See, I think that's too. Well, let's see. How does it? Yeah, we want it about parallel with that. So we want it around like there-ish, because I'm going to be putting in the bigger building. Actually, let's put it in like that, because that should let me get in the real big building. Let's see. Yeah, and I am going to go ahead and use the default large passenger building. The large main building from this set doesn't look too bad, though I'm not big on most of the other bits of it, but Anyway, let's make sure that I can get the proper sized road through here. There we go. Yeah, and it will let me upgrade that, so that's fine. And I'll leave it to upgrade the rest on its own. But yeah. Yeah, so let's go ahead and configure this. And we're using the second generation platforms. No. And for track, we're not going to do catenary, but we are going to do high speed. And we're going to need 2 cargo tracks. One that's going to be for the imports for the town, and another one that's going to be for the exports of crude oil, because we're going to be ferrying it into here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, and since I'm going to be connecting up to the road on the other side, I'm going to put that in, and then I'm going to put in the other track, but then I'm going to be now actually let's see, what are you importing in this town? Yeah, tools and machines, both of which are coming from right the other side of the map. They're going to need to go through the main city. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And then the actual platform that I'm going to be using for that is going to be extended way out. And yeah. So we're going to come out a few of these until I think I can get a large building to make contact, which that should be enough. And let's put in the large cargo main building like that. And then I'll go back to the platforms, and I think I'll slap a few more in just to make it look a little better. I'm not going to take all the platforms all the way up, but I think I am going to put like 3 in on each side, maybe. This is going to be exporting 800 crude oil, so. Actually, I think I'm also going to extend it out 1 more in each direction, too. Because we're going to be bringing long oil trains into here. There we go. That looks a little better. Fairly rhomboid station. And yeah, and with where that is, I should be able to. I think I'll actually extend this a little bit so I can slip the port in right next to it. Yeah, because the port's not going to quite fit in there, and I do want the warehouse on this one. I'm not going to try and slim it down to be like a pier style. I'm going to do this dude, and it really doesn't matter what terminals it has because I'm going to be getting rid of them to do my own thing. Oh, didn't put in enough. So I put in enough width, I just left it sort of trapezoidal. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and bring this on out to there, and on up to there, and take a little more there just to be safe. Let's give that another whack. And that's about centered there. And then what I'm going to want is 2 large docks. here. Actually, I think I might do them coming out either side, maybe. Either way, I'm not going to be able to do it that way. But I can do... It'll put that, and then I can stick out there and there. And then now I can whack them in going down that way. And then I think I'll put in small slips there on the inside too, just because I can. See, I will have 2 small landings in that little basin harbor area, and then a big landing on either side, which are the ones that I'm probably actually going to use, but it's possible that I'll have smaller ships coming in, I don't know. But it'll look better with those in. So yeah, and then over here, no, they're both down this way a little bit. Yeah, there, just literally right across the river. And this one I might actually use small, no, a rate of 400 is a rate of 400, and you want the turnaround speed. That's one of the main things I found harbors struggle with, is especially with some of the earlier ships, is turnaround speed. Until some of the fairly modern stuff, you just don't get very good turnaround speed out of a harbor. And even with the best of the steamships, you can only ever get a rate of about, like, 800 is, like, the most I could squeeze out of it, and even then it would usually wind up slipping down to, like, 790 something, no matter how many ships you pile on, just because the ship has to, you know, get there, pull into port, unload, and pull out before the next one can pull in. But anyway, give me one. Interstate, small one will do. I'm going to do this straight because I'm probably only barely going to be able to make it, if at all. And if it doesn't make it, I'll put it back in curvy and then put in my... Let's see. I can get that, which gives me a slightly quicker connection. And I'll move it just a smidge over this way so that I can more easily, you know, and then I'll be able to get a curvy road in there. Like that. There we go, that looks pretty good. And let's see, does this connect? Yes, it does. Wonderful. So yeah, we'll get a new line that's just literally going right across the river. And that is all. And then onto that line, I'm going to come up here. And I'm guessing these guys are going to cut through those docks. I don't like it that they do, which is why I usually have this jutting out, but I wanted to have like massive slips here that could accommodate the container ship, because I plan on using that at least a little bit in the late game. And that's the best for this right now. And this guy, these can handle a rate of 800 with the docks, but for like the Schaffhausens really, and the Klondikes really can't, and the Dinara Castle, like the Dinara Castle and the Schaffhausen, with the Dinara Castle because it's got the quicker loading speed, and the Schaffhausen because it's got a little bit better capacity, those guys can handle a rate of 800. But anything less than that just can't. Like, physically cannot. But anyway, yeah, I think that like 2 for that little trip. Well, it only appears to have grabbed 1, but that's fine. Oh no, it did grab 2. Okay, yeah, then we'll chuck those 2 on, and at some point, there we go. Yeah, like, I do like these guys, but, like, for oil, those are much better, and for standard stuff, the Schaffhausen is slightly better. got slightly more capacity, just slightly more of everything. And if I remember correctly, for some reason in this, the Schaffhausen was considered a small, I think, for some reason, which, yeah, I find that stupid, because when you see them in the water, this is longer than that one, and length is the real restriction there. But, whatever. I think it's stupid, yes. Is it worth complaining about? Not particularly. So yeah, we're going to come on down the river here, and we're going to do a similar thing for that oil well. That first one hooked up, this one's definitely going to hook up. Yeah, we're going to do the same basic thing. Adjust it to the riverbank and bring this right the way in until the dock is only just barely within navigable water. And then we're going to take a road here, and this one we have a little more wiggle room to make this pretty, so I'll just stick this right from the middle to right in the middle with a little bit of curve to it. And there we go. And there's no, yeah, there's no way that can connect. And for this one, it's probably going to need more like probably 10 at least. No, actually probably not that many, but like 2 on that first one is probably overkill. 1 would have probably been enough. So I think I'll start out with like 5 on that other one and see how it scales up. Because it's not going to be at max demand right from the get-go either. So yeah, we'll grab 5 more of those Vandals. There we go. And put those onto that line. And I theoretically could run them up to here by ship, but I don't really feel any great need to do that, especially as I'm going to be sharing this with the cargo. Actually, that's actually a good point. So long as while I am using the universal wagons, like in the later game, when I swap to the specific use wagons, I will need to run this with 2 trains to this town, 1 to drop stuff off and 1 to pick up the oil. But until then, there's actually no reason that I can't just oh, actually, no, it would have to be in multiple chunks, but yeah, I mean, because I'm going to have one going from there to there, or from there to there, one going from there to there that can just transfer. Yeah, there's no reason I can't just do that. That'd make things quite a bit easier. So yeah, we're going to grab this, and we're going to chuck it in around here somewhere. And that ought to do. It's only barely connected, but barely is good enough. And then I'll grab some track. And I'm gonna have I'm gonna need pass through for this, because we're gonna be running passenger down here too. So first things first, I want high speed non-catenary. I need to remember to actually change those settings when I first put in the station. But yeah, high speed, no catenary, and I'm going to put in 4. 1 is going to be for drop off, 1's going to be for pickup, and the other is going to be for and the other 2 are just transit tracks to let the passenger trains go straight on through without stopping. So yeah. And that's going to be the drop-off, and the pickup one is going to be a bit longer. Actually, I think... Oh, no, I don't want it to be longer that direction, though. I think I'm going to want it longer this way, because we've got more wiggle room that way. So yeah, we're going to... Yeah, we're just going to make it 4 long, but we might... if we have to, we'll double up the pickup platform. I think I'll make the drop off. I'll add a third to it, and then I'll put 4 on this side. And then let's see. So we'll want to come from that one. Yeah, and I'll want to try and maintain that 120, which once again, not exactly hard with high-speed rail. I mean, I could easily do more than 120. Now for this, it'll be a little hard because of that. Well, mind you, I could go through that way, just punch a hole through it, and then curve in from there. Yeah, that actually wouldn't look too bad, I don't think. Yeah, let's do that because I actually, I'm gonna want to start putting in my passenger services now at least 160, because we should, if we don't already, very shortly have stuff that's capable of 140 to 160-ish. So yeah. And eventually I'm going to be getting high-speed trains running down here, like proper high speeds, like the multiple unit ones. So yeah, keeping it properly fast is definitely not a bad idea here. Let's see if I can just go straight on in from here. Possibly if I don't hit any particularly nasty road junctions. Bridge pillar collision. Why the heck are you even making a bridge? I don't want no stinking bridge. Yeah, let's just slowly adjust this on up. Okay, yeah, it's not gonna... That's not gonna do. So I can probably take it to like about there. No, because I took the left track, so no, I can't. I'd have to take the right track up to there, which is entirely doable. And since it is so close, I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. I'm gonna come back here, or sorry. Either way, that was. It wasn't left versus right, it was outside, inside anyway. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, and then I'll take this one up to that curve and just bring it in as tight as I can to the track there. Oh, what? You're not fun. No, you're not. Oh well. Guess I'll just go to there. Well, we finally got some modern diesel switchers emerging. And we've got the faster variant on the Great Western Brake Band. It's literally the same exact thing, just, you know, because British Railway operated at higher speeds, it's allowed to go faster for some strange reason. Yeah, that's part of what I mean about, you know, those speed limits tend to be, like, recommendations more than anything else. And I do feel that, like, maybe, like, with how the, running cost is calculated, based on the, max speed of the carriage, one thing that might be interesting would be, for instance, have all the carriages and engines and stuff, have their max speeds be, you know, counted up differently somehow, and then have the running cost based on the max speed of the entire train rather than the max speed of an individual carriage, because I don't know, that makes a little bit more sense to me. That, you know, like, and you could even, you know, limit the, like, manually limit the max speed of the train. Like, you can, you know, put a larger engine on a shorter route, and since you know full well it's never getting up to speed, you could just manually limit the speed of the train, and by doing that, decrease the maintenance cost, because you're not going to, you know, need to put as much maintenance work into an engine that, you know, isn't going to be rattling along at high speeds, because, you know, it's just going from, you know, one city to the next one over, and it's never going to get above, you know, 50 kilometers an hour or something. And the same goes for, you know, coaches and rolling stock. You know, if it's not going as fast, it's not going to take as much of a beating, and because it's not going to take as much of a beating, it's not going to require as much maintenance, even if it is theoretically capable of those sorts of speeds. That doesn't mean that, you know, running it lighter isn't going to make it so that the coach will, you know, last longer with less maintenance. See, I don't know. I mean, from a gameplay perspective, that kind of stuff is kind of pointless, but just, I don't know. Just minor nuisances that are unquestionably minor. Anyway, so yeah, we got from there up to there, and then if this one's gonna have to curve out. I could curve out a decent ways and then curve into here. I think I'm gonna come out from here, and I'm gonna try and keep it at like around 200-ish, which should be about the same curvature as keeping that at 120. So yeah, I'm gonna start off about here-ish. Yeah, 180 whatever is honestly good enough. It's going to be a decent while before I need to go up above 180, although I do think I'm going to try and lift that up slightly, or maybe a little bit less slightly. Actually, there's the obvious. Let's just start that over again. And we'll take this from there to there and come in as far as it'll let me. There. So yeah, I managed well over 200 there. Yeah, And I want to see if I can't keep it above 200 around this entire... Yeah. Ooh, where did you go? What are you doing? It's not even... There. So yeah, we can go right the way around there. Yeah, and I don't really want it doing that, so yeah. We're gonna come out like over here. I'll let it tunnel through if my mouse doesn't give me grief. I will let it tunnel through that one, but I don't want it cutting into there so much. Why? Just why, game? Anyway, let's... Yeah, there we go. That brings it to fairly smooth. And then I go ahead and put it in. Yeah, and this will let us keep up above 200 for most of this journey. Most, if not... Well, actually, no, I'm going to have to do a bit more of a wiggle here. Okay, so yeah, it's collisioning me through there, but yeah, I probably could do a nice smooth curve out of here at like 200-ish. Nah, I am gonna have to go through there somehow. I might wind up just taking out the road entirely. Or, wait, nope. Oh, it'll do that. That'll do fine. That will do. And then now let's see if I can just get a direct curve. Oh. Yeah, no, that's not gonna do. Just trying to plow straight through the middle of that logging camp. So yeah, let's take it back a little ways and see if we can get this, manage to get this to sneak on by behind that logging camp with at least enough room for the other track next to it. If the autosave will ever finish. There. And now I'd like to try and keep this up around like 200-ish. But actually, from the looks of this, yeah, it's gonna have to snake through anyway. Let's see about yeah. Let's. Yeah, I'm not gonna manage 200. 200's like there. I mean, maybe if I, took it. It's like, yeah, that's. Yeah, I mean, I can manage 200, but I'd have to. Well, actually, I'm gonna have to blow a hole through that anyway. So yeah, sure. It's about there, and maybe take this back by like 1. Yeah. And then we'll take this on down. And get into there. And let's see. What's the slowest it goes? Well above 200. So yeah, this is fine. And then now we'll take this one right on along, and it should just go right on. Oh, you. And of course it decides to be a pain, because why would it just do what I want to nicely? That would be no fun at all. There we go. Now it'll glue up. Yeah, it just squeezes right on by that logging camp. I believe those logs are going up the map too, so I could pretty easily set up a station somewhere right around there to pick up those. Yeah, let's see. And then here at this junction, we're just sneak this right on in. And there we go. And I'm going to want to upgrade quite a lot of my line to high speed to allow me to put in faster passenger services. It's not, you know, the immediate concern, but it's going to have to happen. As it stands, though, I'm probably going to be heading out at some point here, so yeah. Let's see. So we got that line there, which, yeah, does go from there to there, which means that that'll also run the plastics. So yeah, and we'll need something going out to the plastics. We've got those two bringing into here. Then we'll need the second stage of distribution going from there out to the refinery. Yeah, I know, could not connect all stations. I'll give you your connection in just a moment. Then we'll get another one from the refinery back into here, which it's also going to complain about, but whatever. And then we're going to, let's see, and since I want to do, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start this off just by coming in like that. Then I'm going to come from the matching spot right there and come through and in, but I'll leave enough room for a signal because I'm probably going to want it. And then we'll do similar on this side. Up as far as it'll let me go and still snap in. And then come from just over. Come on. Yep, there we go. And there we go. I don't have a turnaround over this end yet. And I'm going to put one in here for the, actually, now we'll want it all turning around at about the same place. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in my, yeah, that one doesn't need a turnaround. For this one, when we are bringing in, actually, yeah, we can probably do it just outside the station because this is a small town. We're not going to need a massive cargo train, and even if we do need a little bigger than this, we can extend the track behind the station a little bit. There we go. But we will want the full 120 on this switch. Which, once again, not nearly as hard with high-speed track. this on terminal 3, which should be that side. And then we're going to come up to here and make sure that line 43 is on the drop-off and line 44 is on the pickup, which I'm guessing it's the other way around. Yep. You onto terminal 2, you onto terminal 1. Okay, that says line 44 is still having issues. Means that we need to change the terminal here. That's probably on the opposite side of the station. Yep. Chucked it onto something stupid. That one's already occupied, so yeah, let's see. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, that gives its own terminal. Yep. And that's fine. And so yeah, let's go on ahead and get some trains onto that. We don't want that, we want that. There we go. And actually, I think I'm gonna buy this with something real fast, and then I'm gonna swap it out with one of my larger passenger trains. So let's see. Let's see. So we want locomotives. This and let's see, this one is 129. Get some other stuff that can do 129. What about you? You are 96. It's all 120. Let's see. I don't think we have anything else that's faster than 129 yet. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab this dude because he's new. And I'm gonna grab him. And actually we'll be doing this twice over too. So yeah, let's get up to the thing. Let's see, and I'll go ahead and use covered wagons because these are probably going to be bringing goods back for the town eventually. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just a moment. My dad needs to talk to me real quick. Dad was asking me where I put a whole bunch of macaroni noodles. I told him which cabinet I put them in, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't remember if somebody told me, so can't blame him. Anyway, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna grab 2 of these. And then I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna grab both of those. And then let's see, let's zoom right the way in to the passenger station and set it to visible lines only. Yeah, no, I guess I'll do. We've got that one, we've got that one, got that one. And we've got one over here. So yeah, let's see. So that one's got effectively a car and 2/3. That one's got 2, and both of those have 3. So we'll use these two. Gonna modify. And let's see, so those two we've got, if you say, which it would tell me what vehicles they were, but see, we've got, yeah, well, okay, yeah. We've got one that's 660 and one that's like 500, so yeah, we'll go ahead and pop these guys off and put them onto the cargo trains. And we'll probably need to give them, back engines, which I'll probably do by, actually, yeah, I'll probably, yeah, I'll use these guys for, these two, and then the other, one that's got 129 speed, the, I believe it's called the Greyhound. I'll use that for the, other two smaller ones. Yeah, that'll do. And then I'll, use those engines to provide, back engines for these two. So yeah, that'll swap that out. And so yeah, now those guys have, engines that are a bit, although those coaches are actually going to start limiting them now, so I'll need to go through and upgrade all of my passenger rolling stock as well as the locomotives. But for now, though, just the fact, like, on some of those it'll give it like an extra 1 or 2 kilometer an hour, but I said, well, we're going to want to update anyway, so yeah, we're going to modify these. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to strip. I said I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna move a used engine onto these guys. I'm gonna just strip them both clean off, and then I'm gonna put on those Greyhounds on both of them. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, because they have only 660, which is probably still a pretty thorough overkill for this. And on that one, I don't think I'm going to change the rolling stock, but on this one, I'm definitely going to update it at some point here. But anyway, for now, though, that'll do. And then I'll take just those two and modify. And we'll want, let's see, so, yeah, we've got 2 of those guys. That one's small, so I think I'm going to use, both of those on the same train. And, yeah, and then I'm going to play a bit of swapping around, so yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my spammy car moving technique to just move all of the cargo in this train down behind that first one. And then I'm going to drop that one onto the back. And that gives us 1 cargo train, decent amount of power. Then we'll do the same for this one up top. And it's actually going to have slightly less power, so I might move one of the wagons over. But there we go. That'll do it. Yeah, that one's that one's got about 1/20th less power, which means basically half a car's weight rather than a full car's weight. Which honestly, actually, what I'll do is I will take this one. I'll go into cargo, and I'll add a 21st wagon onto the back. And that'll even it up in terms of power per train. So let's see if I go into and actually look at that, it should tell me the actual acceleration theoretically. Yeah, so in 87 seconds on flat and 84 seconds on. So we actually could have swapped. Now, either way, this is fine. Yeah, we'll do that, and then I'm gonna chuck the slightly bigger one onto line 43, which is the one with the 2 oil wells, and then I'll chuck this one onto line 44. And we'll see those guys come out of here. Yeah. The older passenger locomotives I have that are just not quite as quick, but they're still more than good enough for the cargo, and I'm going to slowly start upgrade, as I'm going to start doing this more and more often. Oh yeah, that's the original passenger Cornwall engine that I was using, but I said more than quick enough for cargo, that's for sure. I only need 96 for cargo right now. But anyway, while these guys run, I think I'm gonna start upgrading the stuff within the junctions here. So yeah, we're gonna do here, high speed. Now I don't want to upgrade the actual platforms, and actually I don't even need to upgrade that bit because that's perfectly straight. It's only the stuff that's actually gonna. Actually, well, let's do the obvious. Track speed, and then anything. You know, actually, now that is true. I'm going to be bringing my passenger stuff above 120, but once it's started pulling into the station, though, it doesn't need to be still going, its very best top speed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and upgrade one right next to the station on each of these, so that I can put it in and let it stretch out, and it won't mess with the actual station bit itself. Yeah, I'm just gonna whack this stuff on in and just. Oh. Yeah, I knew that was going to be an issue in this mess. It's hard enough getting it in the first time. No, we're just going to put it in one bit at a time and see how much of it will go in. Yeah, I figured it was going to be that crossing. Okay, that whole section of switching isn't going to let me do it, but that will. And so almost. Okay, so that's not too bad. And push comes to shove, it wouldn't be too unreasonable to just put. Let's see. No, it's a little further out than I thought it would be, but let's see. Huh. It's giving me that collision stuff quite a ways up. Yeah, I don't know how much of this is going to go in and how much is going to be a pain, but As much of this curved stuff as will go in, I'll put in. I'm guessing it's like that section there that's giving it trouble would be my bet. Ooh, I accidentally did the platform too. Yeah, whatever. It's not that hard to... Ah, and now we get the 161 kilometer an hour figures. Yeah, that's fine. Next time I put in a cargo train, I'll go through and do the same basic thing, and I'll take those ones I just put on off, and I'll put on those Princess Royals. And that'll take all my passenger trains with the Gressley coaches. That'll take them all up to 160 kilometer an hour. Which that'll do me right up until I start swapping over to like proper high speeds. There we go. That'll bring them into the station basically at speed. Yeah, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep and reuse the older coaches or not, because there isn't as much use for slow coaches as there is for a slower engine. I got it. It went in for a moment there. Come on. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna just sell the coaches. I think I'm gonna put them into the depot and save them just in case. But yeah, so, since I am planning on upping the speeds though on basically all of my stuff, it is actually going to be worth trying to do a full upgrade of the lines into high speed. Or at least a full upgrade of as much as I can. Like, let's see. That's where it's giving me trouble. It doesn't like to do it over these. No, I don't know. I don't even know. But yes, and I'll just. I said I'm probably going to wind up going through and doing this paused and offline, just because me going through and just putting in just upgrading a bunch of little bits of track and repeatedly saying is probably not the most entertaining of content. If you feel it would be entertaining content, please let me know, and I will be sure to include you next time. But as of right now, I think I'm going to be signing off for the night. We'll leave that mess half upgraded. And let's go for a ride on this guy. He's got one of our new engines on him. So yeah. And well, let's grab this and we'll spin it about. And lift up a little. There we go. And I think I will leave you with that. I will go ahead and shut the stream down in just a little bit. Okay, so obviously something's wrong here. Let's see. Do I just not have enough blocks? Entirely possible. It's not giving me an error, so it might just be that I don't have enough blocks and everything's locked up rigid. Just full-on gridlock from not enough signals. Well, that's part of the problem. This signal's just a little too far up, and that guy had his rear end hanging over it, so I'm going to put a signal in there. Make that a little shorter, and I'll just leave that short little chunky block in there. Doesn't really matter too much. And then that should have fixed things up for it. We've got a train there that I'm guessing is... No, he's not waiting for a free path. Okay, yeah, he's heading out. And I'm actually going to put in a signal here. That'll make things a lot more efficient. A lot less sitting around waiting for other trains. Yeah, I definitely just chucked engines on that line and assumed it would work, and it most certainly appears to have not worked. Imagine that. Yeah, let's give this a little bit of time to finish untangling itself. Oh yeah, it's pretty thoroughly untangled at this point. Well, that could be an issue. Oop, come on. So you're sticking out there. Yeah, why was he not pulling forward? Might have to make that block just a touch larger. Oh, no, we have that. Probably that, yeah. Well, either way. Should be fine now. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull up, one of these guys. And unfortunately, he's gonna, this is the same one we had before. Yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna back his way down, as this map just straight up does not have enough room to, actually put in a, turnaround loop on the peninsula. But I would rather have my trains backing down at speed than have them, flipping. I don't know, the flipping bothers me. But anyway, I will leave you with this. He'll run back down to the station and then follow him back up, and yeah. Or just end the video if this isn't what you want.